What's cooking, Juventus fans? Welcome back in to the Bianconeri Zone. It's your boy, Justin Sofro, joined along, as always, by, it is the trifecta. I'm going to call us the trifecta. Myself, Julian Genotti, Alejandro Fancello. We have a special edition show for you all today. Basically, what we're doing is something we meant to do last season that just kind of fell to the wayside, if we're being honest. But we are doing a Serie A prediction show. We're going to give you all of our opinions, our very astute, informed opinions and mine, talking about what will happen in the Serie A for this season, give you goal scorer, and then how will everybody fall in the rankings by the end of the season. For right now,
we're good. We're ready to rock. Get the show on the road.
Ready to rock? All right, that's good. There you go. I'm good. Everybody's good. I won't be good unless you guys can do me a favor right now. Do me a favor real quick. Smash that like button. I know it takes a little bit of time every your day. It takes like no time. Hit the like button. It really helps our channel to continue to grow. Hit the subscribe button and hit that bell icon to stay notified for all of our latest videos. And now I'm going to hand it off on over to my boy, Julian Genotti. There you go.
All right. So good transition there. What we're doing is we're going from 20 to 1. So we're going to get our 20th pick and go and have a little explanation, just a minor one, until we get to the real, obviously the better teams in the league and where we think like the top 7 will probably give better answers, because when they're 20th or when we're picking the 20th team, who cares? Unless it's a big thing, unless it's one of those teams where it's a big deal that they're going to be so low. Then you can give your rationale, you can give your answer. But again, in the comment section, let us know if you agree, disagree, whatever you want. It's fun. It's fun to go back and forth on. So I'm going to go first, and then Ali's going to go, and then Justin's going to go. So my first one, so 20th place in Serie A, I'm going to go with Cremonese. Just short and sweet. I'm going to say they're very new. I can't even remember the last time they were in Serie A. Their roster on paper is not good. They got Luca Zanimacchia from us, who's going to play on their team. He played U23 for a couple of years now, and then last year he played with, I'm pretty sure, Cremonese in Serie B. So he's never played Serie A football. He's one of their main signings. I don't know. I just don't see it.
Is not quality?
I'm saying not all of them are.
That's an interesting take, guys. I don't know. I need to let him have it in the comment section.
I also have Cremonese on same position.
Nice.
I think they're going down. They got one player I know because he played here where I live, in my city, and I don't rate that guy. I watch him now score 20 goals or like 12 goals or something, which is, it would be amazing if he does that. That would be insane.
Is that Okereke or Dessers?
Dessers, yeah. Okereke is, yeah, he's even worse. So yeah, I think they're going down. Just look at the players they got. Like they got nothing. Like usually, a team coming up get like players from teams going down. They didn't do that. Like Venezia did last season, and they went straight down because they were awful. They were awful.
Yeah.
So yeah, 20th place. Nothing else to say. I think they're going down.
Well, I had to be the odd man out, and my 20th prediction is actually for Salernitana.
Wow.
The reason I picked them is because I don't freaking know when it comes to the final spots of this. It doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. I can't predict who's going to have a complete blowout, and I don't mean that in terms of like my son when he has a blowout. Well, it could be similar, but what I mean is I don't know. You want me a hot take and give you Frank Ribery doesn't have it anymore. Is that what you want? Is that what you want from me? I don't know. I just this is at least for this portion of it. That's what you got. I just think Salernitana will be probably one of the teams struggling there at the end.
Yeah, fair. Again, all these teams at the bottom, they're all interchangeable.
Yeah.
But big shout to say Salernitana is going down. We'll move to number 19 now, just to get the show on the road. And I'm saying Lecce, the classic Serie A team. Were in like the mid-noughties going up or in years. They were a Serie A staple, but now they're back. And again, I could not tell you a single person who's on that team. I went through the transfers. They got like 4 players, and I just don't see them again I just don't see them getting better or staying up in the league. So go Ale.
Same. I actually knew Cremonese players they got. I don't know any Lecce player they got. Yeah, I think they got Settin from Verona. But other than that, I took some notes and yeah, the notes are blank. Like I have actually no idea what they did. It's really weird. Like usually Lecce have like one excited player when they come up, or like one player you're like, okay, he can do something. Looking at that squad, I actually don't see it. Maybe they have a hidden gem, but I don't see it. I actually don't. They spent really little, and they spent the money they spent weirdly. They spent on very young players, which is kind of weird when you come up. I don't know. It's actually strange. Maybe because Genoa went down and those players are not leaving Genoa because they're still getting paid enough money and they probably will go up again next season. So maybe that's why they don't get, And who are you going to get from Venezia? Because they're horrendous. So yeah, Lecce, 19.
That's odd. We all picked Lecce in 19th spot. Nice. Yeah, we actually did. Y'all don't care. We don't care to talk about Lecce. Let's be clear. Nobody cares about some of y'all may fast forward through, I don't know, the next 10 spots. Who knows? Really? Maybe 8 spots. What I'll just say is this: is their home shirt or their shirt. Actually, it's a home shirt. It's ugly. That's all I got to say. It's ugly. It literally was a copy of Juve's from a couple of years. They did the paint splatter thing, but it's yellow, red, and whatever. And I think the look, you can try to sell it as artistic and cute, but I think it looks like trash.
Fair enough. We'll move on to our last relegated team that we've all chosen. Place 18. Honestly, this is a hot take. Not hot take, but this is kind of one of my surprises. I hate Spezia for whatever reason. I hate. Okay, so I picked Spezia.
It's because they have trash shirts too. They're also a trash shirt.
That's nothing to do with their just.
It has to do with the uniform.
It was everyone, or we've seen them play in the league now for a couple seasons, and it's just meh. It's just a bunch of garbage, meh. And going through their signings, they got Dragowski. They just got Dragowski, the goalie from Fiorentina. They got Kovalenko. They got Maldini's kid. They got Mattia Caldara, Albin Ekdal. Like, they got some decent players. Mm-hmm. I just don't see it. I just don't see why they'll stay up. I see other teams that have a little bit more talent than they do. So I think they're going down, and screw them. Good. Go, Ale.
Okay, so I picked Sampdoria. Because they were.
Papa Julian's not gonna be happy.
Yeah, Julian's dad, but he doesn't watch, I think.
He's on the couch. He's usually on the couch, yelling from the couch. I don't know.
So I picked Sampdoria for the reason that they were absolutely awful last season, and they kind of escaped, in my opinion, just because the rest underneath them were a bit worse. Like, that's the only reason they stayed up, not because they deserved it, because they were horrendous, and they did absolutely nothing. Yeah, they got Juricic from Sassuolo, they got Caputo, but they sold Damsgaard. They lost Caprari. I think they also lost Thorsby to Hertha, I believe. I don't know. To German club.
And Ekdal to Spezia.
Yeah, Ekdal. Okay, Yoshira's gone, but like he's old. It is what it is. But that's my hot take in the video, because last season nobody expected Genoa to go down. I was like, they're gonna be in that relegation fight, but they will make it, because they're Genoa. They didn't make it. I think it's time for Sampdoria now. I think that I don't like their squad. If I look at their squad, I don't like it. They were like, what did they do to improve compared to last season? Because last season they were really bad. Like, they were actually bad. What did they improve? Yeah, Caputo and Juricic, but like, is that gonna be the difference? Because at the back they stink. Like, they were bad. They're not good. So that's my hot take. And it's gonna be close. I'm not gonna say they're gonna go down completely. Watch them now get Europa League football. So yeah, for me it's Sampdoria. Also because I
Okay.
hope they go down. I don't like that club.
Oh,
No.
my dad's got beef.
Yeah, I
Big
don't like
beef.
it.
We need to have your dad on the channel. He needs to
Yeah.
pop on. Yep.
This is the last time they'll be in Serie A apparently for a while.
No, they will come back, bro. They will.
All right, Ja. Last relegated team for you. Place 18.
My last one was Cremonese, which is you all had already gone over. I think this what really propels them ahead of Salernitana, and of course, Lecce is just having Zanimacchia there is really going to keep them in that 18 spot, and they're going to be good. They're going to be. It's going to be a moral victory for them. While they will be going back to City B, moral victory will make them feel better that they weren't at the bottom of the pile.
Fair enough. We move on to the team that breathes a sigh of relief that they had squeaky bum time throughout the season. If you finish 17th, you're still in the league, but you're heavy breathing. So I at 17 have picked Salernitana. I think that they will stay in by the scruff of their neck, and yeah, I have nothing else to say. The transfers they brought in. They just got a dude from Espanyol, Tony Valhena. They got Juventus player Grigoris Castanos, who's back. They sold a dude called Ederson to Atalanta for loads of money.
Yeah, they did.
So I don't know if they're going to invest it at all. Again, we're recording this how many weeks before the end of the window. I think they can still get a couple more players in. But I think they have just enough talent to survive.
Yeah,
Well,
I also have Salernitana. Based on their coach, because somehow he gets it done. For some reason, don't ask me why, he gets it done. He gets those clubs, like he saves clubs from relegation when they shouldn't be saved, quality wise, like they shouldn't be in there, but somehow he managed to do that. I think Lovato is a good pickup. It didn't really work out for him at Atalanta.
yeah.
I think it will work out for him now. I also like Koulibaly from Udinese. What they got is a good pickup in my opinion. Other than that, I don't know the players they brought in, but I just think they're gonna make it again. Based on their coach. That's it.
Davide Nicola is good. I agree.
Yeah.
Chuck?
Yeah, my team that I picked just I think is living dangerously. I think they did it last season. I think they're going to do it once again. It's going to be Torino. I think, especially losing Bremer and losing some of the players they've lost, that they're going to continue to struggle, and we'll see if they'll be able to, not fall to City B once again.
Yeah, fair enough. We'll move on to, I think we're 16 now, correct?
Yeah, 16.
Mm-hmm.
So I am choosing Bologna, another meh team. It's our boy Andrea Cambiaso, one to look out for.
Yep.
The only reason why you were gonna watch Bologna this year, or let's be honest, we're gonna keep an eye on Bologna.
They're going to be our Genoa this year.
Yeah, basically they brought very little in. They brought 4 guys in, and their squad is it is thin, but in terms of Serie A, they're where they should be, where I think they're positioned at this point, 16th. But their coach, of course, I don't know how much he's going to coach this year. I don't know the status of Mihailovic, but whenever he's able to coach, the team is going to work their butts off and do well for him.
Yeah, I agree. I have Monza, 16. They should, with what they got brought in, they should stay up. If they don't stay up out of all the other teams, I don't know what the issue is. And I think they brought in good players like Marlon from Shakhtar. Let that sink in. They spent a lot of money. They spent 80 mil. No, they didn't spend 80 mil. Excuse me. That was wrong. They spent, I don't have the entire number, but they're close to 50 mil, if I'm not mistaken. Very close. Marlon was 10 mil or something. They got Ranocchia from Juve on a loan, which I think is a good one. Pessina, 60 mil from Atalanta, which is a good pickup. Sansi, okay, they didn't pay the transfer fee, but their options. So let's keep that in mind.
Yeah, all these deals are on loan, right? Or
yeah, but with options. With options. So some obligation, if I'm not mistaken. So they could be, if they stay up in Serie A, something. So they could potentially spend a lot of money. Pessina, good. Sansi, if he can stay fit, very good. Ranocchia, I know he's old, but like that's experience for a team that needs experience. They got Cranio, which is actually kind of like
National team goalie.
yeah, like it's actually unbelievable. They got Caprari, which is a decent backup. Yeah, they should stay up with what they did. The only issue is their coaching situation. I'm not sure. But let's see. Let's see. They have a strong leadership also, like Berlusconi and Galliani.
Yeah.
You know, been there, done it.
They'll get some favorable calls, won't they?
They will. They will. But they will stay. I think they will stay up. But I don't want to push it. I don't want to push it.
Yeah.
So 60.
I'm gonna, like I said, I try to keep mine a little bit more not more succinct, but just succinct in general, because I feel like I can feel the people watching like glazing over until we get, or maybe fast forwarding until we get to like, the top 8, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, something like that. So my pick, number 16 that we're at, is Spezia. All the reasons Julian already said. And honestly, they have a trash ass jersey that I just can't stand to look at. Yeah, I'm going with my jerseys right now. I'm your grandma. I'm your grandma picking derby horses. This is what we're doing today. This like with the final third of the table, it's a crapshoot. It could be anything. It's a circle of suck, is what it is. Teams that just he defeats him, who defeats him, who defeats him, who defeats him. So who knows what it could be? I think Spezia's down there in the list, and I'm just going with I don't like their Walmart jerseys.
Fair enough. We'll go to position 15 now in the table. I've got Monza. Basically, I'm not going to reiterate what Ali just said. He gave you the laundry list of players that they brought in. And I agree with him. The coach, Giovanni Stroppa, who knows? Who knows what that guy does, how it's going to work. But like you said, just the power and the management of that club, I think they'll stay around for a while, to be honest, in Serie A. So good for them. Congratulations. Spend your money and try and put some pressure on these other middling Italian clubs.
Yeah. I have Bologna 15, and like based on their transfer activity, they should be much lower, in my opinion. Yep. But based on their coach, I'm gonna put them 15. But they lost Teate, Hickey, Svanberg. Like that's
big time.
That's the entire span. Besides Arnautovic, maybe up top. Like it's gone. I don't know how they're gonna fix it, because I looked at the players they got and they got nothing. Like I don't know the players they got. Like from Aberdeen.
Cambiasso.
Yeah, Cambiasso on loan, but like
another Scottish guy.
The Scottish guy, yeah. Ferguson, I wrote his name down. From Aberdeen. But like other than that, yeah.
All right.
15.
All right. Number 15 for me is also Bologna.
Nice.
Yeah, I also picked Bologna. I'm not gonna bore you guys with details, because one, I don't have them. But the second part, I just picked Bologna there. Andrea Cambiasso will be one that I'll be interested to watch in. Besides him and how he does at Bologna this upcoming season, I could care less. Again, this is that part of the table. Eyes glazed over. Do not care. Circle of suck. Let's move it on.
Okay, great. Number 14 now. I got hometown rivals, crosstown rivals, Torino at 14. They did sell Bremer, like Justin pointed out. There was the bust up between their coach and the director. And it's everyone knows about it. So it was mostly about player incomings, and they're starting to come on loan. They are. Again, we're doing this 3 weeks before the Mercato ends. So I still think they're going to do some business. I still think they're going to have enough talent to stay up, of course. And their coach is good. Ivan Juric is a good coach. The players they have brought in already, Valentino Lazaro from Inter, Radoncic from Marseille, who's decent, and the young kid Pellegrini, obviously 17 years old. Who knows what he's about? Their preseason's actually been good. They've only lost to Nice, and they lost 1-0. So maybe that stems into a decent start to the season. I don't know. Also, 14 Torino.
From West Ham, they're signing
Oh, Vlasic.
Vlasic, yeah. So
And they got Moranchuk. That's what I meant to say. Like from Atalanta. You got
Yeah.
Moranchuk and Vlasic.
Yeah.
So there you go.
I have Spezia 14.
Oof.
Because I like the way they play.
Fair.
I like the way they play. I think Dragowski is a good pickup for them in goal. Ekdal, I mean, he goes from team to team. I don't know. Caldara, will he show anything? Maldini, I don't know. I think Maldini will do pretty well this season under Gotti. Yeah, I think 15, just because the way they play. I think that's it. 14.
14. Yeah.
Yeah. 14 for me is actually going to be Monza. I think you guys have both already used them. With me, kind of similar, this same take. I've been somewhat impressed with the moves that they've been making this Mercado, landing names, brand name guys. Well, maybe I wouldn't say brand name, but like, you know what I mean? You guys, guys who play. Like
A European Cup winner.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Yeah, guys like that. You actually know those names, and I feel pretty confident that they will end up being one of those teams that has a little bit of staying power in the Serie A, at least for another season. But overall, we'll see how they do without the star that is Nicolo Fagioli.
So we'll go to 13 now, correct?
Yep.
Yes.
Yep. So this is where it starts to get a little bit more interesting. I'm going with
People start
Empoli.
waking up.
Yeah. I'm going with Empoli at 13. They are giant killers last year. They beat a lot of better teams in the league, and I know why. Obviously, they have a good setup. They have a decent coach. What's his name? Zanetti. And now they have Zanetti, and they got some decent players again, like Sam Lammers from Atalanta. They got him on loan. They got some dude from Portugal called Nabian, who's supposed to be all right.
He's alt right.
He's all right. And
I think he said he's alt right, and I was like, oh, that's dangerous.
no, he's all right. He's all right.
That's the last thing we need.
And then they got a guy, Coney De
Well,
Winter. I hope Coney De Winter starts. I hope he plays well. He's going to be in a team that's going to offer him to play at least some minutes. And we'll see. This is another team. Empoli Bologna is going to be a game to watch if they start. Cambiasso and De Winter. So I say 13 for Empoli.
I have. Let me see. Let me do this. I have Verona 13. Just because they're Verona and they're gonna be steady Eddie, I believe. I know. Tudor left. But the coach they got in should do the job, Chofi. I think he will do the job.
I like him.
I do also like him. They got Henry from Venezia, who at the start of the season did well at Venezia, and he is better than he did at Venezia. So I think he will perform. Caprari, yeah, I don't know about that. Martin Hongla from Antwerp, I think he's a good pickup. And yeah, that's it. For me, that's it. I think based on their coach and how they're performing last season, I think they're gonna be middle of the pack.
Yep.
I think similarly, just with I have Udinese though as my 13th spot one. I think especially I think just more of a, where did they finish last year? I apologize, I don't have that right in front of me
12.
right now. About 12. So it keeps, it's again a steady Eddie kind of spot for them, and I feel confident that they won't be at the bottom of the table. I think a couple of years ago they were fighting off relegation, but I think right now
with it.
Yeah, but I think right now they're going to be all right. I think they're going to hold there, even with the losses of Molina. Udogi will still be there for another season, and also I'm just kind of a little bit spiteful that we didn't get either of the players. So.
Fair enough. This one's for my dad. We're going to number 12 now.
Okay.
This one's for my dad. Sampdoria. You guys are shit, but not too shit. I'll give you that. Marco Giampaolo's their coach still. To be honest, they have a good goalie. I like Odero a lot. He saves them in some games. They haven't made, like Ali already pointed out, their transfer season. It's been abysmal. They just got VR from Roma. And they got Juricic on loan. So they've replaced essentially Ekdal with VR, which is fine. Whatever. Then they still got the two dudes up top. They got Caputo and Collarella. They got Condreva still. I don't think they're as bad as what they're gonna be. They can't just do it again. They're gonna play 4-4-2, really boring shit. But I think they're gonna stay the course. So for my dad's sake, go Ale. Number 12.
I have 12. I have Empoli.
Yep.
Because again, good football. Maybe it's a bit too high, but like, I looked at the business of the other clubs in that base. They could be in a relegation fight, but based on what I've seen last season, yeah, I'm going. And I know they lost Aslani. Is it Aslani to Inter? Yeah.
Yep.
That's a big miss. Ricci, he left already.
Torino.
Yeah, so that was done. Excuse me, Destro. Got Destro. Marin from Cagliari, which I think is a good pickup. Yeah, 12. Maybe that's too high, but yeah, 12.
Well, I'm going to hope it's not too high because I also picked Empoli at number 12. I had no idea what he picked. So I don't know how Ale and I have a couple that are similar. But yeah, I picked number 12 Empoli. You guys have both already said the breakdown on them, so I don't really feel like I need to add too much more. Just outside of them being kind of one of those spirited, I don't want to say underdog teams, but I guess kind of underdog team that they're feisty. Yeah, they're feisty, and they were right in every match. I mean, I remember gave Juventus fits. They did it to Inter, I believe. I believe they did it to everybody at the top.
I'm pretty sure they beat Napoli twice.
Yep.
They're giant. They were giant killers.
Yep. So yeah, I think that's definitely going to be one of those teams to look out for, especially if you're coming down the stretch and you're trying to lock up the Serie A title.
Yep. Move on to 11th place, and I'm going to predict Sassuolo. That might be a hot take, but I think they lost Scamacca. They're going to lose Raspadori. Berardi's an absolute mess because of what happened obviously after that Coppa Italia game. I guess they still have the coach. Yes, they brought players in like Thorsvet, Sadie, Harawi, Augustin Alvarez, and that guy from Roma. What's his name?
From who?
Roma. Chervo? Something like that. Anyway.
The left back.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's Chervo.
Chervo, something like
Ricardo.
that. Anyway.
I know its first name is Ricardo. But...
Yeah, that dude. They lost their Coppa Italia. They started the season off poorly. If you look at their recent matches, they beat some Viz Passaro team, but they lost handedly to Modena. They drew Reims from France. So we play them first. We'll see what they're all about. But I think they'll struggle more than they did last year, but they're still going to try and play attractive football. Go ahead, Ali.
I have Sassuolo, and that was one before we went live. Or before we recorded, I said I regret something. That's one, because I wouldn't be shocked if they would be way below what I've picked him now, 11. Because, I don't like what they did. They brought in Thorsvet. I think he will be very, very good for them.
Yeah,
he will, because I've watched him week in, week out over here, and he took big steps, and he's actually very good. He's going to be very good for Sassuolo. No doubt about that he will be linked with a bigger team in the next 2 seasons. But other than that, I don't know what they did. I'm not sure what they did. I don't know the Enrique guy. They paid a lot of money, or a lot of money. They paid, I think, 7-8 mil or something. 9, I don't know.
For who, sorry?
Enrique.
Yeah.
Something like that. So I don't know who he is. I don't know. Alvarez, 12 mil, I think it was, or 13 mil. I don't know who that is. I haven't watched them play a pen at all. So I don't know what they did, but they lost Scamacca, they lost Caputo, Boga is gone, period. Juricic, I'm not a big fan of what they did, to be honest. And even last season, they were a bit hit and miss. They play good football, but when you watch them, you're that's middle of the pack.
Yeah, unmentioned is also Fratesi could leave as well.
Cortese
with
could leave
Rasmus.
also, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
there you go. Ja, 11.
Well, I will say I am regretting where I put Sassuolo. You'll see in the future. I did not see this was prior to the well, not beat down, but embarrassment. I'll say, obviously in the Coppa Italia. But number 11 is actually me being the kindest one to Julian's dad. So at 11, I think they're just I don't know. Even when they do struggle, maybe they could be fighting for relegation at the end. But I think also they're just another one of those teams that always seems kind of reliable, right there in the middle of the table. I don't know. I kind of put them in there a similar spot with like, not with Juventus and everybody else, but what I mean is like you can kind of look to them to stay in the Serie A.
Yeah. And
again, I at this point too, guys, like most of the ones I get to, people have already said their whole part about it. So I'm
exactly.
Yeah. What am I going to add to this? What am I going to add? we can argue a bit more once we get to the final like 5 spots, 6, whatever spots. That'll be a little bit more entertaining, I would imagine.
I made the top 8 and then I looked at the rest. That's how I did it. So the top 8 for me is okay.
Solid. We're midway through. So do your thing.
Really quickly, season's about to start for us. So is our prediction league. If you want to join the prediction league, you need to join the members club. And if you join the members club, you get access to the members part of the Discord group with, a private chat and the prediction league. As you can see on the screen, you can win some prizes. First place, Juve jersey, official jersey at the end of the season. And you can choose if you want the 2022-23 shirt or if you opt for the new one in the summer. That's your choice. Second place, a gift card, and third place, a free membership for a year. So yeah, if you wanna join, you can join also mid-season. But then you probably are points behind compared to the other members. Join the members club and reach out to me on Twitter or Instagram or the main account, and I will sort that out. Let's go. What is it now?
Now 10? Serie A. Top 10 of Serie A.
Okay.
I've put Udinese here just because they have a lot of continuity within what they've been what they've been doing from last year. So they finished 12th last year. The only player they lost out of that 11 so far, I'll say because Delafeu is still there, is Molina's out to, like what Justin mentioned, Atletico Madrid. Then they got Perez in from Atletico Madrid. So he's not necessarily a right back, but he's more, he's a better center back to play in their starting center back roles in the back 3. Makengo is still there. Udogie is still there. Pereira is still there. Delafeu is still there. It's still a decent team. And I think they have a lot of momentum right now. I watched them play against Chelsea, and they look decent. Obviously, Chelsea's they're way better and more talented, of course. But Udinese caused them some problems. So that's my dark horse team, by the way. Look out for them. Number 10 for you.
I have Torino, 10th place, because I actually, that's not wrong. I actually do like what they're doing, and I know they lost Bremer. I know they lost Belotti, but what they're doing now, I think is good business. I think it's very good business. Yep. And their coach, Juric, he will get it done. I think they will start off very slowly because the transfers are coming in late. That's the issue. That's why maybe he was fighting in the parking lot. But yeah, I like Juric as a coach. I think he can do a lot with not a lot quality, but I do like Torino's team. So yeah, for me it's 10.
Cool.
All right, the number 10 spot for me goes to Verona. It's another team I think is always pretty feisty and always gives people fits. Juventus playing the last few years, even though they Tudor had departed, and also losing. I think also it appears that they're losing Simeone too. I think
Napoli,
Napoli and Napoli's. I guess there's a team that can actually buy strikers or players in general. I guess. Anyway, I'm not petty. I'm not petty. I promise. But anyway, that's where I have Verona. I'll put them at the 10th spot for me.
All right. Cool. We'll move on to position 9.
And now it gets interesting.
It gets a little, it starts to get interesting, especially on mine.
Yeah.
I have Fiorentina finishing 9. I know people are going to be like, oh, Italiano this, Italiano that. I don't care. Do they play attractive football? Yes. Who have they brought in? Dodo to play at fullback, Golini to play in net. Who else did they? Oh, Jovic on a free
Mandragora.
to be a striker. Our guy,
Mandragora.
our guy Mandragora, like they brought in not much, but they're decent players, but it's not much. So where did they finish last year? 8th, 9th as well.
Something
So
like
what's
that.
really changed? Yeah, what's really changed? Again, they're gonna have another year with Italiano. I just
finished
don't.
seventh.
I just the 7th, whatever. They'll drop 2 positions.
Mm-hmm.
In my opinion, because Jovic, if he's a bit of a mystery. He was good with Frankfurt, then he was a ghost at Real Madrid, and now he's here. So I don't know, especially if he's leading the line. I don't know about that Cabral guy. He's fine, but like, is it enough to get him into European spots? I don't know.
Contact.
I did. No, I think he left. No.
Yeah, I think he also.
Yeah. So I don't know who's scoring goals for them. Is it that Gonzalez kid, or what's his name? What's that dude's name?
I don't know.
Gonzalez.
From Fiorentina, I think it's Gonzalez. Yeah.
Nicolas Gonzalez.
Mm-hmm.
So they got him still. So he's a good player. And then they got Castrovilli coming back when? I don't know, because he tore his ACL, right?
Yeah.
I have no idea when he's coming back. So that's why I have him there.
9th place, I have Udinese. I agree. I think they're kind of a dark horse because you don't expect them, but they lost Molina. But other than that, I think they were picking it up towards the end of last season. They play good football also. They can play good football if they want. On their day, they're not easy to beat. And they lost Molina, which is okay. But I just like their squad for once in a very long time. I do like their squad. Even they can lose Delafeu. I don't think they are gonna lose him. I think he's gonna stay. But yeah, 9. Just building on what they had last season.
Yeah, this is where it got difficult for me. Just because I'm trying to, especially that mid section of the top 10, trying to really parse that one out. And I feel like I do have a big regret with my next one up. But for this one, would be number 9. I put Atalanta there. Still not really sure where they're going to set in the long run. Losing out money, not making Champions League. I feel like they could settle back down and they're not drop too far, but continue on a path where I'm not sure that how competitive they're going to be. They're at the top. Again, last season, thinking that they're going to be one of the guys to watch for at the end, that Juve had to jump, and then they just slowly regress from there. Also potentially losing Muriel. Who else do they have?
Who they lose?
Yeah,
sorry?
yeah.
Like literally as we're
Mention.
recording,
Yeah.
Remo Freuler went to Nottingham Forest.
Yes.
I saw
Okay.
that.
Yeah.
As a midfielder.
Thank you. Anyway, so yeah, I have them at number 9 for right now. I guess I'm stuck with it. Never mind. Not for right now. I'm stuck with it.
Yeah,
Stuck
yeah.
with number 8
I'm gonna
too.
change it in a month.
I know, and I'm stuck with number 8 too, and I ain't happy about that one. Ain't happy
yes.
at all.
So we're going to 8, and this is one of my regrets, but like not really, because
Mhm.
I can see it happening. I have Hellas Verona 8. I haven't picked them yet. They are swapping out Simeone. Obviously, he's going to Napoli, and they are inserting that Thomas Henry kid from Venezia, like Ali already mentioned.
Mhm.
I agree with Ali. He's got more than what he performed in the second half of last season. He's a horse. He's a big dude. And it seems like Verona strive off the big dudes playing up front for them. So I think they're going to keep the same kind of play style, especially with, like you said, Gabriele Cioffi. Not much has changed, but not much has come in. So they're like Justin, you pointed out as well. They were one of those teams where like it was you didn't know if you're gonna. It was a struggle to beat them. Do you remember when we got our asses handed to us, and then we smoked them on the return leg? So they're one of those teams.
Yeah, it's another one of those where Juve should have been comfortably in the top 4 and maybe even pushing at one point, pushing for Serie A. So we saw how that worked out at the end.
And Simeone pulled their pants down.
Yep, exactly.
Ale 8.
I have Atalanta. Maybe they will. I think they will be better than last season, which is kind of weird that I'm saying that. Looking at their business, but I do like Lookman. I think he will be a very good pickup, especially under Gasparini. And then like Boga, but that's it. Ederson, I don't know him. Like I know him, but
that's the dude from Salernitana.
21 mil.
Yeah.
So wait.
Yeah. Here we go. Number 8. I don't believe this anymore, guys. Don't crush me. Number 8, Sassuolo. That's who I picked. I was on a time crunch when I had to get Ale these picks. I will put Ale to blame for all of these picks. All the bad ones is because of him. Anyway, I put Sassuolo at number 8. That was before they got their shit rocked in Coppa Italia. It was also before, I guess, it was finalized that, or not. It's not finalized, but it's looking like Raspadori to Napoli, and just more hopes and dreams of mine being crushed. So there it is. They could lose for Tenzi too. Scamacca's gone. I'm giving you lots of reasons to keep them lower, which maybe if I was thinking properly in that moment, I would have done. Mainly, I was too busy focused on trying to figure out my top 5. So there we go.
Fair enough. Now we're in the Seven Sisters range, where it's the famous title of the best 7 teams in Italy, the most not important, important teams in Italy. I'm going 7. So this is a conference league spot. So you make Europe. This is the 3rd tier competition in Europe. And I'm picking, I went with Lazio. They've done absolutely nothing in my eyes in terms of incomings. They got Vicino from Inter. They got Romagnoli.
Yeah, Romagnoli. Yeah.
Good for them. And they got those two kids from Verona, Casale and Cancellieri, which I don't think will play a lot because Lazio still has the elder statesman there. They're about to lose. Well, I don't know. No, they're not going to lose Alberto now. Luis Alberto, at this moment in time, because Isco just went to Sevilla.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not sure what's going on there. Milinkovic-Savic linked to Man United. Could he be a deadline deal for Juventus? Probably not. But is he leaving? The steady state is Immobile. In Serie A, dude scores goals, and he'll keep them afloat. He'll keep them rocking. I got them 7th. They lost a preseason game recently to, where is it? No. Who did they lose to? They lost to Genoa 4-1. And they tied Real Valladolid. So I got them at 7.
Same. But I wouldn't be surprised if they finish higher just because of Sarri. I think they improved. They got Romagnoli. I think that's improvement, in my opinion.
On who? Luis Felipe?
I'm not Cherby. I don't rate the Cherby. That last season was comical at times. I'm sorry. It was bad.
Okay.
They lost Trakowska, so that's a win for them because he's horrendous. he's absolutely horrendous.
You think that goalie they brought in for 10 mil is good?
It can be worse. It can. Like Strakowska, every high ball he loses. Like he's awful. And that's it. They lost Muriqi, which is a win for them. And other than that, Vicino, I wrote down same as you, names like nothing wow. But let's see. Things can change if they sell Savage. They can get Arthur, maybe. That's it.
I will be different from you on this one.
Julian, by the way.
Yeah, he was switching his stuff up. Did you have something you needed to say?
Me? No.
Yeah. Okay. My number 7 that I put in there is actually Fiorentina for this one. I have faith in Italiano. I like him. You've already kind of covered their players and everything with Fiorentina. Only thing I will say is that Bonaventura looks like Nick from New Girl, if you've ever seen that show. And there you go. there's the Italian Nick. So break it down.
Pop culture.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing. That's what I'm doing for you guys. When I'm in 3rd place, when I'm the 3rd one in the row, I feel like I have nothing to offer. I'm just like,
but you could say why you put them 7th.
I had nothing.
I had them 9th.
I had them 7th because I believe it. I believe more in Italiano than Julian does. There we go. We're gonna argue about that. Okay. And Nick from New Girl is gonna handle it.
Okay, so now we're moving into the Europa League places. This is where it gets a little bit more spicy. For 6, I have Atalanta bouncing back from last year. Their horror show. They had a lot of injuries last year. They lost Gosens, yes, but they brought in Boga. They got Adamo, looking like Ali said. Ederson, for whatever reason, I think he's just going to be another system player that fits what Gasperini wants to do. Gasperini is a system coach, 3-5-2. You know the drill. Muriel's not gone yet. Is he going to go? We'll see. Freuler is gone, but they still got. Oh, what's the Dutch guy's name? What's that Dutch guy's name? De Roon. No, they don't have De Roon anymore, do they? Yeah, they do. Yeah, and they still have Koepen Myers. They still have Pasalic. Like, they still have good players. And they still have all their defenders. So,
Yeah.
I think they'll finish 6th.
Okay, I have Fiorentina 6th because they're a good team. They have a good coach. They're just good. That's my opinion. And everything they've done in the windows this far, I like Golini. I think it's a good pickup. Jovic, he's only 24. He will score goals. He will.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure he will reach at least 14 in Serie A, at least.
Wow.
Mandragora could pick up. He's a solid player. Solid. And I also like Dodo. I do like him. I think he's good. I think he's very good for what they want to do. You know, for the positions they're aiming for. So 6 for me. Like the way they play.
Sorry. Yeah.
The way they play.
Is Dodo going to be the right wing back for Odriozola?
He should. Like, people do like Odriozola. I'm not a big fan of him, but that's just me.
Yeah.
I'm not a big fan of him. I think he will win that battle, Dodo, in my opinion. But let's see. I like everything they did. Plus, Italiano is a good coach. Potentially very good coach. The way they play, I think they will cause teams a lot of trouble. That's what I think.
Potentially next go to Juventus. For my number 6 spot, I picked Lazio. I think both of you all picked 7th. I feel pretty confident, or I don't say feel confident. I feel like Sadi will do a good job there, and I feel like he'll have them in there till the end. But then, mainly, Immobile to me is just another guy who's just kind of reliable when it comes to the Serie A. When it comes to the international stage, not so much.
Yeah.
And I think also, as long as they hold on to Milinkovic Savic, which appears they're going to do, feel pretty comfortable with them moving forward.
Fair enough. Now we go to the last Europa League spot at number 5. I guess this is where it gets to the nitty gritty here. I think we'll still have similar results, but actually, you know what? We all have the same top 5. Not in the order, but we have all the same 5 teams.
Right.
So for me, I have Roma as number 5. Everyone hyped up their transfer season so far. They've looked great in preseason. Yes, I've watched some of their matches. They ripped apart Shakhtar. They beat Tottenham. They drew Nice, and yada yada yada. So Dybala, we know damn and well what Dybala does on the field. Whenever he's available to play, he is a game changer. However, is he going to stay on the pitch for long? Zaniolo, are you going to stay on the pitch for long? Tammy Abraham, are you going to go through cold spells again? The guy's Pellegrini, one of the best players in Serie A, in my opinion. I rate that guy highly. Gini Wijnaldum, he's taking a step back. Matic, I think he'll be fine in Serie A, but I need to know what they're going to play, what style of play they're going to use, or what formation they're going to use. And if they're consistent enough, they'll probably push a Champions League spot.
Yeah, I think that's going to be close, like 4 to 6 or like 3 to 5. Like, it will be very close in my opinion. But I have Napoli at 5th. I do like that they signed Kim from Fenerbahce. I think he's good from what I've seen. I think he's good. He's solid. I don't know the Getafe player, the left wing back.
Oliveira.
Yeah, I've never watched him play. You can give me the updates on who they're linked with. They're going to get Simeone, which is a good pickup. And they were also linked, but they are losing Fabian Ruiz. So, and maybe still Zielinski, because that's still ongoing with West Ham. I don't know if it's going to happen, but, you know, I don't know who are they going to bring in. Maybe you know any links. Not off the top of my head. Like, I forgot. You're on mute. Yeah, I don't remember any.
Are you talking about Napoli bringing in?
Yeah.
Raspadori, Simeone.
Raspadori. Yeah, it could pick up, but they lost Koulibaly, Insigne, and Mertens.
Yeah, no, I agree. They lost. Yeah, the whole.
That's hard to replace. Very hard. Like everything needs to bang perfectly. I think it's a lot. If they do, well, credit to them. I will be very surprised because they're bringing good players. But I think those are established players. Koulibaly, Mertens, and Insigne. It's not easy. It's not easy to replace Chiellini. Same for us. I think it's going to be the same for them. So that's why 5th. But it's going to be close, 3 to 5 in my opinion, or kind of close.
Mm-hmm. All right, here's where it starts to get spicy, and here's where some people are going to start filling some diapers and not being too happy with your boy. My pick for the 5th best team in Serie A, ending up in the Europa League.
No way.
You're Juventus. Yeah.
Oh, my.
Yeah, I did. I went there. That's where I went.
You explain this one. Go.
I'm coming at it. Calm down. I'm coming.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know that you can watch anything that you watched in this preseason and feel confident about this team being competitive. For Serie A till the end right now. I look at this roster, and honestly, if we're going to go through it piece by piece, I look at Chiellini's gone, Matthijs de Ligt's gone. You got injuries all over the place right now. You got Pogba. The main guy you brought in was Paul Pogba, and your boy's injured already. 5 weeks. We'll see if 5 weeks turns into a lot longer. I'm very strong on that. I don't know if I'm not saying I don't agree with it. I understand it. I understand. And again, this is a Justin rant time. So this video may be 3 hours long. I apologize. And I know Ali said keep it to 1. What are we doing time wise right now? Let's go ahead inside baseball. 51. Holy crap. Okay. I don't know how I'm going to justify myself in that amount of time while getting through the other plays too. I feel like Paul Pogba is going to be injured again. I think he's going to come back from his injury. They're going to play him. I feel like he's going to be injured again. Probably going to miss a better part of the season. Maybe he plays a handful of games. That's how I feel right now. I'm being honest. Comes to midfield, the moves that are being made. When it comes to the attack, right now the attack is anemic. They're not able to get anything going. Vlahovic with ball, with his back to the goal, can do nothing right now. Guys that we talked about bringing in, Di Maria, trying to create. I see Di Maria being active. I see him moving around, but not a lot's happening. And I don't know that even when he gets the ball to Vlahovic right now is going to be able to figure it out and how to score. I understand the Serie A as a whole is going to have much, worse defenders. What they're going to be playing against as a whole is going to be worse than playing that of Atletico Madrid, Real Madrid, yada, yada, yada. Again, this. But I think the decision to send Rovella potentially, things could change. Obviously, it could change any day. But potentially, Rovella looks like he could be going to Monza. I think that's the wrong decision there. I don't like a lot of the moves that are being made. I'm not excited about the Mercado moves, the guys that you're bringing in. I'm trying to keep this as short as possible. I have a lot more I could say, but I'm not excited about it. I don't know Max Allegri really has a plan. I honestly, you could not tell me. I could not watch an entire season last season, watch this preseason, and believe that Max Allegri actually practices. Like nothing. No, I mean, be honest.
I know.
Like they're just getting worked left and right. I don't know, what is going on. I don't understand how you can have the talent level that Juventus has and the money that they pour into these players and look like a bottom tier club. And I feel like they look like that when they're playing. I don't feel like this looks like a competitive club, and that's what I'm worried about. I mean, it's heavy handed. I get it, and maybe I'm being overly emotional as a fan, and I understand. Last 2 seasons have been fourth place. I don't know if I feel confident. We talk about Napoli. They're actually trying to get guys. We talk about Roma. I think Roma's doing fine, doing pretty damn well. Milan's not getting guys. We're getting close. I know. I heard you say we're getting guys. I heard we're getting Kostic. Congratulations.
Wait.
To me,
okay.
I feel like Kostic is an off-brand Di Maria. That's what we're getting.
A what? No. Okay, wait. Really quickly, do you think Raspadori, Simeone, and which midfielder are Napoli linked with? I don't know.
I don't think any yet.
Okay, so that's even bad. So forget about that. So those two are better than the players we are linked with now, like Kostic, Depay, Paredes. It's really linked to players.
Well, I'm also going off the latest with Depay, which seems like he may not be coming. Is why I'm saying that too. Like we don't get mad at me and act like I can't
No, but
react to what
maybe
the
Napoli are
news
not getting
was.
Raspadori because Sassuolo are asking 40 mil. So that could happen also.
They're not going to get 40 mil, and
Then
also
he's not
like,
joining. At the
there's no
moment,
way they're going to get 40 mil.
I think they are. Knowing Sassuolo, they are getting their money some way.
Right. Serious question: if Juve were actually coming to the table for Raspadori, do you think they pay 40 mil for him?
Yeah, they're.
Or do you think they'd be? See, I believe that Juve would be getting him for cheaper. I personally do.
Okay.
Not cheap,
Yeah.
but I don't think 40. I think if you're paying what they took 35 for Skamaka.
Yeah, 36 plus 6.
Yeah.
Which is that's all you need to know.
So I think he should be less than Skamaka. Anyway, whatever. I don't know. I feel more confident in Napoli what they'll put out there than I feel like with Max Allegri. Maybe this is just on the coach. Maybe it's more on the coach is my feeling right now.
I think that's what you are feeling.
I mean, it is what I'm feeling.
What you it's not. We'll see what happens, but I think you're feeling what we've seen in preseason.
A lot of it's on the coach
playing on the field.
And again, I feel like Paredes is fine. You bring Paredes in. If that's what Allegri wants, fine. I just don't know if any of these moves. And then also, our defense is falling apart. Like from what I was looking at with the fullbacks and what we had to use right now, I don't know. If you would have told me that we brought in Molina or somebody else, maybe we'll see. Maybe Pellegrini will leave and we'll get Emerson Palmieri and all of our problems will be fixed. We'll be good to go. We'll see. I don't know. Maybe I'm just being negative right now. Probably that's fine. You all can press me in the comments.
You are. So.
Oh, you're telling me. You of all people are telling me that I'm being negative. Okay.
Yeah, people tell me in the comments. I'm not there. You put him fifth, not me.
Guys, Alejandro will be with me. Yeah, but you also say that you never pick Juve to lose a game. So like,
what do you in my predictions? I never did.
Well, right. That just means you're predictable. That just means you're steady on that. It doesn't mean that you actually believe it.
No,
do you believe Juve?
I always said I don't believe it when I do the prediction with Julian. And the previous said I don't believe it, but I'm gonna predict. That's how I do it.
Okay.
I might change it out this season.
I'll say this: if you honestly, and hopefully this is all RJMing, and hopefully that's what I'm doing right now, and hopefully I would love if this can be cut up, and I can look like a jackass because Juve won Serie A.
I mean, they can
honestly
finish second, and you're still gonna lose like being fifth.
If you're not, if you're not first, you're last. You know what I'm saying, bro? That's how this works. Nobody else wants to tell taking that. All right.
Not in this case.
I know time. Okay.
No,
I have more I can say. I have more.
Let's go to the top 4. Who are the Champions League squads that are going to be representing Italy? I have at number 4 Napoli. I'm a bit more, I guess, not excited because I don't really care about Napoli, but I'm a bit more higher on what they've brought in than what Roma brought in, and higher on what Alejandro said about Napoli's players. He said that they're good players. I think they're a little bit stronger than what he made them out to be. I think that Georgian kid is going to scare a lot of people. I'm not going to pretend to pronounce his name. I'll just say Kvara, and whatever happens after that happens. They got good depth at center back. I like that Leo Ostergaard guy. Even though they got relegated with Genoa, he's a solid dude. And Min Jae Kim, again, like I said, from Fenerbahce, solid player. Is he Koulibaly? No. But I don't think that's going to be an issue when they're beating up on Monza 4-0 because Osimhen, Raspadori, and Simeone are scoring 2 goals each.
Yep.
Because it's going to be free flowing. Because Spalletti still knows how to coach in this league. He's more of an attack minded coach. So I think they'll be fine, and I think they'll be better than Roma. I think they will. Go.
Okay, I have Roma 4 because I don't think they're going to be better than Roma. Because they've done too much to not be top 4 Roma. I'm sorry. Like if Mourinho doesn't make top 4, it's an L. In my opinion, it's a fail. He should be making top 4. He should. Who did they lose? Veretout? That's
Veretout and VR.
And Mkhitaryan. They lost Mkhitaryan.
Yeah.
But they brought in Matic and Wijnaldum. Matic will be very good in Serie A. Wijnaldum will be very good, in my opinion. Dybala will be Dybala, I believe.
If he's playing.
He will play. He will stay fit. It's not our medical staff. He will stay fit.
He'll be healthy now.
their backline is an issue, and they brought in Selik, which for me it's an even bigger issue because I don't think he's that good. Selik.
Do you think he's better than Karsdorp?
Yeah, I don't rate Kassarb at all. So
But obviously they just got a little bit better.
It's like us saying Pellegrini over Sandro, in my opinion. I don't rate Selik, but they have a very good squad. Up top, I'm not sure what they want to do because they have Pellegrini, or like Pellegrini doesn't play up top, but like he's gonna play. So no idea what they're gonna do with Zaniolo, Abraham, and Dybala. Not really sure under Mourinho, but they have a very good squad. And you know, Mourinho as a coach, he should be making top 4 because he has a better squad than Napoli, in my opinion. If Fabian Ruiz leaves, I think he has a better squad. Or like a better starting 11, I believe, with more firepower. Yeah. So I don't think, and people say yes, they have Osimhen. I get that, and I think he is better than Tammy Abraham. I do believe that. I think everybody believes that. But yeah, I think that they should be better than Napoli. I don't think there's an excuse for them.
All right. I'll be honest. I am kind of shocked you all didn't have Juve at 4th place. Because I think are we not all comfortable being at 4th place? I feel like that's our spot. Maybe that's what we're going to do. Did somebody just flush a toilet? Is that what I heard? I think anyway.
Probably air conditioner.
Yeah, it was funny. Either way, that's what it sounded like. Which maybe is a good way to predict, or for my picks that I will be doing in the prediction. My number. Hey, what number are we on? 4?
4.
Yeah, number 4. You've already talked about Napoli, who I had in 4th place. Like the things they were doing in the Mercado. They're getting my boy Raspadori, and yeah, I just feel like they're making some better moves right now, and I feel pretty confident seeing the way that they performed in recent years that they'll be able to finish in the top 4 once again.
Cool. 3 for me is our club, Juventus.
Negative. You hate.
No, it's an improvement on last year. I did a live. I don't know when this video is going out, but on earlier before we came into this video, and I looked at the 8 players coming in and 8 players leaving, and on paper, 7 out of 8 were better than what we got.
Yeah.
So the 7 players left, 8 or 7 players were better, and Chiellini's better than Gatti at this moment in time. That's just how it is. There's no excuse to be worse than last year.
Are you saying you think we?
That's all I'm saying. There's no excuse to be worse than last year, so I bumped them up.
Okay.
I don't, and again, against the better, like, there's no. That's it. There's no excuse. I'm sorry.
Are you doing that? Are you doing that on paper with what we have? Or are you doing it actually predicting how you feel players are going to actually perform and actually be healthy for? The reason
I'm doing it on paper, and then I'm going to say we have depth because now Pogba's hurt, right? But if you say we get Paredes as the regista, you have Paredes, Locatelli, and Zach or Mac. Yeah. That's fine. That you should be a top 3 team with that midfield. You should be. I'm sorry. There's no excuses. Yeah. So I'll give it to Ale. Go.
I also have them on 3rd place. I can say it should be a very close title race. There's absolutely no excuse. Do I believe we're going to win it 100%? No. That's why I put him in 3rd. That's the only reason. But it should be close until the end. If not, something is really wrong, coaching-wise. Because that team, I'm not going to rave about it. It's not 2015 Juve, but it's good enough to compete. Like, Kostic is coming in, maybe Depay, maybe Paredes, I don't know. But even if Paredes is not coming in, even if it's Morata, not Depay, that squad is good enough to compete until the end. I'm sorry. If you look at Milan's squad, there's no excuse. There's no excuse. It comes down to coaching this season.
Quick question to both of you. We talked about today, latest rumors seem to be, while we're filming this at least, that potentially Depay may end up staying at Barcelona. They only want to keep one of those guys. Just let me get to the end of this. And then Morata now being wooed. They go.
Plan C.
Let's see what it will be. But I still think... let's see. I don't know. I still think it's Morata, by the way. I've always kept that same line, whatever. But like I've said it, even if it's Morata, even if Paredes doesn't come in, whatever, that team is good enough to compete until the end. If you look at Milan's team, it's coaching. It's actually coaching is a difference and should be the difference this season. He has no excuses, in my opinion. I know left back stinks. I know that. And that's an issue, and the club should have addressed that. And they're pushing Pellegrini out of the door, so I'm kind of scared for what we're going to do, because I think there's going to be panic in the last 15 days. I don't know who they're going to sign. I've actually no idea.
Oh, you know.
Push Pellegrini.
You know.
If it's Emerson, he's better than Alexandro, but it stinks. Like, it is what it is. It stinks. I'm not sure if he's better than Alexandro, to be honest. I'll take that back. I need to see it. I need to see it. But yeah, no excuse. It should be close. It should be until the end. But I don't believe 100% they're going to win it. So that's why I put him third. But it cannot be third, finishing 15 points behind. That's for me, a reason to get sacked, in my opinion. So third place.
I agree. Joe?
Oh yeah, we're on number 3. I forgot. I was just so honed in on Juve there. My number 3 is, and again, I'm gonna try to keep these short after I was going so long for Juve before, and I feel like that's the main. Going to be Roma. I like what they're doing better than right now with the Mercato, better than Juventus, and better than with Napoli, and also some of the key pieces they have. They got my boy Zaniolo, and he's going to be just drilling goals, right? But overall, I could definitely see this be a situation.
That would be new.
Right. I get it. It's a joke. Anyway, but I do see where this could be a situation where watch Dybala actually stay healthy and watch him actually put it together for another team. And I think Mourinho's a hell of a coach, and I think he can actually have them really competitive down the stretch for the Serie A.
Okay. Now we're top 2, and I think we all have the same Milanese clubs left. Yeah. It's just a matter of what stripes you put first. I'm sad to say that I'm saying Milan second. Milan second. They actually have improved. They're getting Simone Kjaer back to ultimately replace Romagnoli, because Kalulu and Tomori are very good at center back. They've got Theo Hernandez, who's the best left back in the league. They have a platoon system at right back with Florenzi and Calabria. They still have Benacer. They still have Tonali. They got Charles de Ketelaere to improve their attack. They still got Giroud. They got Origi to upgrade their attack. And it's Pioli that's coaching still. Like, he is who he is. You've seen him take trash and make it gold.
Yep. So
the only reason why I'm saying they're going to take a step back probably is because I don't know if they can run that same thing again, because how you can't do. I don't see them doing it twice in a row, but they're still going to be a very good team. So
okay.
Go.
My eye is closed, but okay. I have Inter coming second, because I don't trust Inzaghi. It's as simple as that. They have the better squad, but I don't trust Inzaghi. They got in Lukaku, which I think is good for them. Villanova, I'm not sure. Onana, I have no idea what they were thinking. Absolutely no idea. To replace Handanovic, like
have you seen him in preseason?
That could be his brother. That could be like family from Handanovic. They're both.
Yep.
Even I think he's worse. No, he is worse. Onana, he's worse. So no idea what that was the thinking. Mkhitaryan, he'll probably do well, but will he stay fit for a long time? I'm not sure. Aslani, good. That's good. That's a good bit of business. Still young. I think he's 20, 21? 20, I think.
Something like that, yeah.
He will be good. Korea, they got Korea last season, but like also injuries. But I don't trust Inzaghi to get it done. That's the only reason why I put them second. If it was purely in charge, I would pick them first. But I don't trust Inzaghi to get it done. That's it. That's all.
Yeah. I mean, once again, I feel like all my points have been taken. But in second place, I have Milan. Copy paste what Julian said. I feel pretty comfortable with Pioli keeping them in the top competition for the Serie A, but at the same time, I feel like overall, I guess some of their Mercado, or what they've been able to do in the Mercado, hasn't been as much as maybe Inter can really put them over the top with the addition of Lukaku coming back.
Yeah.
But I do like what they have, like you said, with Pioli, what he does, as well as having, of course, I'm trying to think of somebody who's different you didn't mention already. I guess I'd say Sandro Tonali there in midfield's coming together as a midfielder, even though he kind of pisses me off when he plays against Juve, because he plays like a little a-hole. But it's fine. I guess you want to have that guy. You want that guy in your team. The guy's a little spitfire, causing problems, rather than on the opponent team, and then everybody else hates him. It's Grayson Allen. I'm listing off basketball players that nobody knows. But
I know Grayson Allen. Yeah.
People doing stuff to people, pissing them off, but if he's on your team, you like him, and that's who he is.
Yeah.
So
one name we forgot to mention before we head on to our top team for Milan is Yacine Adli is going to play for Milan, and he is one of those guys that, he's better than Brahim Diaz, but Brahim Diaz is going to be able to start because he's been there longer. But Adli is better, and you'll probably see that this season. So I don't know how much that's going to help, if that could project him into the top, because he's a very good creative midfielder.
Yeah, when they can get Ibrahimovic off the wheelchair too, they'll be good to go.
I don't even consider him part of the team.
Right. He's a mascot. He's a mascot now.
Yeah, everyone says, "Oh, they won because of him." No, they didn't. Anyways, the Serie A champion. I hate to admit, I think it will be Inter. Last time you saw Lukaku and Martinez, they won the title.
Mm-hmm.
The one thing that's changed is the coach. I understand that, but on paper, how can you that team is very good.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's very, very good. It's the best in Italy. I don't know, because I like Juventus's team on paper right now, but except for their backline. But Inter still probably pip it just because of their backline. I don't rate Bastoni. Skriniar's still a beast. De Vrij's fine. Gosens, I don't know if they'll be the same, but their midfield is good. And the two up top is the two the best.
Yeah, you said, I don't know why. I told you why. I don't believe in Inzaghi. I don't believe in Pioli. They're the champions. They have the momentum, in my opinion. They added the Ketelada, which is very, very good business. Maybe overpriced, but that's okay. That's okay. He's overpriced, but who's not? Origi on a free. I think that's a good pickup. I think he will help out. They lost Romagnoli, but I don't think the biggest loss is Frank Kessie. But maybe they will get him on a free going off the news.
Yeah,
who knows? Losing on a free, getting on a free in the space of 4 months. Maybe we will get him. We will be linked with him, by the way, soon. But yeah, they're the champions. They have the momentum, and I think they're gonna do it again. Or like I said, the top three should be close, in my opinion. But I think they will edge it at the end, just because of they've done it, and Inzaghi still hasn't.
Yeah, I think I'm siding with Julian in this one. I pick Inter to finish winning Serie A. As much as it pains me to say, fighting him and Lautaro together is a spell for victory. I feel like no matter what, they're going to be doing well there, as well as let me see. I'm looking at their squad too right now. You're right off the roster, so there you go. It's a good addition there. I feel pretty confident, and I feel like, especially if you looked at the end of last season, with the way that ended, if Milan would have just slipped up a little bit, Inter there to take it, and I feel pretty confident that regardless of what we feel about Inzaghi as a coach, I feel like this squad. Of course, I've said the same thing with Juve, where they have squads that are made to win. And then you see what happens. But I think the squad that they put together has impressed me, and it's made to win in the end, unfortunately.
One more thing just quickly about Inter. They sucked when Brozovic was hurt or out. Now they got Aslani. I think that is going to mask a lot of issues that they're going to have. So
yeah, it's still a big step.
Just upgrading that one position just there, I think that could give them a couple extra points. Maybe they need those. So we'll end on that for the table. But now we got to get into, are we doing goal scorer first or player of the season?
You can choose.
Okay, so we'll go top goal scorer first. We'll go Capocannonieri first. I'll make it nice, short, and sweet. It's Ciro Immobile because why not? The dude scores a lot of goals. I'll even give you a number. He'll score 26 goals.
Okay. I have Lukaku, 24. No, 23.
Okay.
Pick 23.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Oh, 23 goals is what you said?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's low. I know it's low, but
Yeah, I'm also going with Ciro Immobile. I feel like same shit, different day. SSD.
Exactly.
It's just gonna happen. You no matter what happens, he'll play like crap outside of Serie A, but he'll score goals for his team. I'll put him at. I'll do the Price is Right for Julian. 27.
Okay, and now we'll go to player of the season. Again, this is out of all the players, is not specific to position. Player of the season, I am going to pick Nico Barella strictly because he was so bad last year.
yeah.
He's going to have a bounce back season this year, and I picked Inter to win, so I'm going to pick a player from that team, and he is their engine that makes the team tick. So there you go.
I didn't really think about it because I forgot it. I'm not gonna lie. So I'm doing it on the spot, but I figured it out, which is weird because it was my task. I told you to come up with names, but
Yep.
whatever.
Right.
Because I said this is gonna be close, it needs to be close. I'm gonna say it's gonna be Di Maria.
I knew it. I don't know why I called that. Dude.
Wait,
in my head,
what?
I was like,
I think it's gonna be Di Maria. Yeah,
Player of the season?
yeah. I think he will have a big impact on us.
In fifth
Holy
place?
smokes.
No.
Fifth place is gonna get. I'm kidding.
I could smoke. It could smoke.
What? Sorry. When has a player won player of the season when their team hasn't been like around the title?
Bremer.
No. Player of the season.
Yeah, he was MVP. Okay, the complete play. Who won it last year?
Yeah.
It was
I don't remember. Was it
Leao. It was
yeah,
Leao.
Leao won it. Yeah.
Leao won it. Yeah, but I said it's to be close. So with close, I mean
okay.
like they actually should win it. I don't believe 100%, but if they win
okay.
it, I think it's Di Maria if we win it.
Okay.
And I hope
fair.
we win it. So.
Yeah, of course. We all hope we win.
Yeah. But like because I said it's
Maybe not Justin, but we.
I hope we win. I do. I'm just telling you right now. You can't tell me that you look at that pile of crap right now and tell me that is going to win Serie A. I'm sorry. I'm being blunt.
I said it should be close. If I was like Justin, I put him fifth. I couldn't say Di Maria. It would be ridiculous. It would be completely crazy. Like nobody's gonna win coming in fifth.
Just
Do you remember? Okay, so just a back history. Remember when Papu Gomez was supposed to win?
He should have won.
And then they gave it to Dybala?
Yeah, I know.
Juventus won. That's my thought process.
Yeah.
That's fair. That's fair.
Just remember, guys, I'm negative right now in this moment. The rest of the season is going to be all these two. It's going to be them. They're going to be the most negative on this channel, probably.
I don't think so. Let's see.
I don't think so either.
I don't know. Maybe it's building. Maybe it's been building, and
Monday evening for me.
I've been positive for. I don't know. I meant to do 2 weeks of shows. Dear Lord. All right. Okay. Mine. My pick is similarly to just not copy, but to what the line of thinking Julian gave, which is it tends to be a player on the winning team, kind of like. Kind of like Heisman or anything like that. It's always given to, you're on a good team. Okay, there you go. With that one, I'm going to go with Romelu Lukaku, who I think just the addition of him is going to be the difference maker for Inter throughout the season. And now he doesn't have Chiellini to put him in his back pocket. So
or Gullit.
Yeah, now he can.
People
now he can just rub.
Put that one clip where he spawned the leg on midfield.
Right. Oh yeah. And then he can run. Or was it run roughshod? City, yeah, that's what I think he's gonna do. So,
okay,
positive
that's
stuff
it,
from
boys.
us.
Yeah, that's those are our predictions for this upcoming Serie A season. 20-1, top goal scorer and player of the year. Justin, you want to take it away?
Yeah, thank you very much to everybody who's tuned in. Leave all the hate in the comment section down below. Make sure if you want me to see you go at Justin Sofro, and I'll be happy to respond to all those there in the comment section. If you want to give praise to Julian and Alejandro as well, that's absolutely fine. Appreciate all you all for watching this. Let us know your predictions in the comment section as well, and that way we can call you out when you're pessimistic or whatever too. Don't just shoot me with shrapnel over here. Anyway. Reminder real quick, guys, if you would like to, definitely make sure you consider joining the member squad. A lot of cool benefits you get from there. You can be a part of the prediction league that we're doing here on the channel. Alejandro threw it up there about halfway through the video. Just make sure you join the member squad. A lot of cool benefits there. Remember to do that. If you haven't already, hit that like button, smash the subscribe button, hit that bell icon to stay notified for all of our latest videos. I'll see you guys next time. Forza Juve, Forza Bianconeri. Say hello to your old lady for me.